As a child, I really enjoyed reading. My parents read with me at night, so I read picture books and then moved up to chapter books. And then at school, I loved to read as well. I loved library time, and I was always excited to go pick out a new book and then take a quiz on the book after I finished reading it. Throughout my life, I've enjoyed reading, but as I got into middle school and probably more so high school, reading definitely started to become more of a chore as I was assigned readings from textbooks and stuff like that. So I definitely lost my love for reading a little bit, and then that carried into college, but I finally realized that there's a huge difference between textbooks and other books in general. So I've definitely regained my love for reading, and I've started reading for fun a lot more in the last few months. I have a really hard time picking a favorite genre because I don't gravitate towards just one type of book. But I'll say fiction to be very general because I do like being immersed in a different world that is out of my reality. Gosh, it's also really hard for me to pick a favorite book, but the first book I was ever emotional over was Mockingjay in the Hunger Games series, so that is still one of my favorites. I also love the Harry Potter series. I will carry those with me throughout my whole life. And then in the past year, I read a book called Redeeming Love, and I really enjoyed that story. I flew through it, read it in less than a week, and it really resonated with me in relation to my faith as well. Two books that I'd say have helped me most in difficult times is The Problem of Pain by C.S. Lewis and Gentle and Lowly by Dane Ortland. Both of those books relate to Christianity, which is my faith, and both authors just talk about ideas that really allow me to root my soul in truth and love, even when times are really hard. I love so much about reading. First, the idea that reading can take you into a different world, even if you're sitting in your bed at home. I love that. I love the imagery that reading brings to my mind and just the way it boosts like creativity. I love that reading can be for everyone, despite maybe people saying otherwise. I think there's a book out there that every person could enjoy. It's just a matter of finding that book, I guess. But I really think reading is an experience that a lot of people can share and love. A word of advice for anyone that isn't a big reader, just start small and start with something that you know you'll be interested in, because you don't need to read some 600-page book on something super deep to be a reader. You can read anything to be a reader. So just start with something small, and eventually maybe you'll work your way up to the 600-page books, or maybe not. Either way is good.